Hey everyone, I'm Angelica, a Group X instructor out of 24 Hour Fitness in New York, and I'm here to bring you one of my favorite at-home workouts. You've heard of TBC, well I call this TBT, Total Body Towel Workout. Why? Because all you need is a hand towel, a small space, and a great attitude to get it done. So let me tell you how it's going to work. I've got 5 blocks of work, and each block contains 2 moves that we'll combine. You'll be working 40 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest, 4 times for each of the exercises. So, are you ready to get it done? First thing we need to do, of course, is warm up. So take that towel and drop it somewhere nearby and find your set position. Roll your shoulders back and down, gently pinch your shoulder blades, keep your chest lifted. Then take a moment to brace your core, soften your knees a little, and get those feet hip-width apart. I've got my elbows bent to begin a basic march, so start extending and flexing those ankles and lifting those heels off the ground, and our warm-up has officially begun. You can keep it right here if you like, or make it a lot bigger, landing super light, and of course, smiling, because it's just the beginning. So you know, our warm-up is all about prepping the body for work and warming up from the inside out. Also want to get that heart rate elevated a little, so go ahead and make these movements bigger if you like, or you might even take it to a jog. That is completely up to you. Let's transition to the next warm-up move. Set your feet a little wider than hip-width apart and turn those knees and toes out. Pinch your shoulder blades to pull your elbows apart and sit into a squat. Now, we're not going terribly deep. We're just trying to warm up and find the quality movement, because this is definitely one you'll see in the workout today. So, send those hips back as you gently pull the knees apart and drop a little lower if it feels comfortable for you. Remember, we're pinching the shoulder blades to keep the elbows apart. Give me 2 more, then go ahead and shake that out. Let's do another move to get the heart rate elevated. So I'm doing a tap out with a lateral raise. Those of you who like a little more impact can certainly do a jumping jack here instead. It is entirely up to you. Whichever one you choose, keep that chest open, keep that big smile. And we'll do about 4 more, maybe 5, before we move to our last warm-up move. I'm putting the feet under my hips and imagining that they're on a railroad track as I step back and lunge. Both knees bend. The back knee is directly underneath the hip. Front knee is over the ankle. And again, we don't need to make these terribly deep. We're just warming up. Okay, I'm going to shake it out now and get ready for our first block of work. So grab your towel. We're doing a lat pull down and a side squat. So, what's the position? Set position is again, feet under hips, abs nice and tight, shoulder blades pinched, and in this case we're going to take the towel, palms facing down, and grab them on the ends and pull. That pull is what's going to create a little bit of resistance, a little bit of tension to engage and ignite the muscles in the upper body. So pull apart, drop your shoulders down, and then bring the towel slightly overhead in front of the body. The first move is actually a lat pull where your elbows come down and slightly behind, and we'll combine that with a side stepping squat. 40 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and pull and just get that part of it going. Feel the muscles in your back originate the move as you pull those elbows slightly back and down. When you're ready, you're going to add a step out to the side as you send your hips back into a squat. So what's important in your squat? You want to begin by sending the hips back as opposed to bending the knees. That'll keep those knees and the weight of your body in the back half of your feet. And relax. So you get 20 seconds between each of the moves in order to kind of reset and get ready for the next move. So you got 10 seconds. Go ahead again and place those feet under your hips, drop your shoulders back, brace your core, pull the towel apart, bring it overhead, and do your lat pull and your squat. Your lat pull and your squat. So I want to give you some options here. If you'd like, you can continue to do these two moves, alternating, or you can combine them. Lat pull, side squat. Lat pull, side squat. Whichever feels the most doable and yet challenging for you. Give me 5 seconds more of these. And relax. So that 20 seconds now is really coming in handy to take a moment to roll the shoulders back, maybe even stretch a little. The pulling apart motion is activating the muscles in your shoulders. The pulling down motion is activating the muscles in your back. Get ready for round 3 and begin. So I'm gonna stay with the combined move for this one. That first set is all about learning the move, figuring out how wide you want to step, how hard you want to pull. The second one, you perfected, maybe you combine them. This third and fourth set is about performance. This one is about really creating the challenge, the muscular engagement to feel the work. And last one here, and breathe. Are you feeling it with me? My shoulders are burning a little. I feel it in my glutes from the squats. Take a nice deep breath. We've got one more of these before we move on to block number 2. Set position, arms up, braced core, and begin. So, it's about round number 4, where I really start to feel the fatigue of the work. So listen, if you're feeling like you need to take a little break and then join me again when you're ready, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, embrace that feeling and power through for the next 10 seconds. You'll get a longer recovery time before we move into block number 2. And give me one more repetition. And feels good. Grab a drink of water and let's get ready to move on to your second block. So this time we're going to take the towel and bring it behind and grab it with your palms facing forward. Pull it apart. I'm going to narrow my hands a little bit and drop my shoulders back. My feet are hip width apart. My shoulders are back and down because the lower body move is actually a static lunge. So begin by taking the right leg back into that split stance, back heel off the ground. The upper body move. Pull apart. Activate the muscles in the shoulders. And then lift and lower. That's going to activate your triceps. So let's get going with that. First, the upper body, then we'll add the lower body. 3, 2, and 1. So give me a little lift. So remember that we really do want to keep constant tension in that towel by pulling apart. Keep that upper body kind of relaxed, and by that I mean your neck and your shoulders. They stay back and down. And then in this case, that narrower width between your hands and that lift is going to hit the top back of the arms, your triceps. So I'm going to start to lunge now when I lift. My back knee bends directly underneath my hip. My front knee is directly over the ankle, and I'm driving through the front heel. Give it a little rest. So we're going to switch legs for the second set. Same upper body movement, hitting triceps and shoulders again. So slide your left leg straight back, back heel off the ground, brace your core. Let me change the angle just a bit. Lift through the chest and lift and lower. So I'm lifting and lunging right away. It's about this time when I have to remind myself to breathe a little bit, you know? So for me, the thing that helps me remember is exhale on the effort. So I'm doing effort twice here. It feels like I'm effort when I lift my arms and effort when I'm standing from my lunge. Lower body, bigger muscle groups. So I'm gonna exhale on the lift when I stand. That helps quite a bit, the breathing. You've got all about 10 seconds left. My hope is that you're feeling your triceps, your shoulders really coming alive. And relax. So you get 20 seconds to kind of catch your breath. Whew. Got to do the right leg. Pull the shoulders back. Brace the core. And let's do that lift. Slide back and begin. Got my right leg back again this time. Right leg. Isn't it cool that you don't have to worry about the timing? I'm doing that for you. So it's always 40 seconds when we're working, 20 seconds when we're resting. Works really well. Big lift. Big lift. And one more. Shake it out. Oh, gotta do the other side now. Drop the shoulders back. Draw the navel in. Slide that left leg back. Your final round of these. I bet you can't wait. And we begin. What helps keep your hips stable? Contracting through your abdominals, through your glutes. Keeping some tension there will stabilize your hips. Will also help give some support to your lower back. And all the while, that towel's pulling apart and lifting up high, 10 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. 2 blocks down, 2 to go. We're moving on to working a front raise and also a sumo squat. And I said 2 to go, but it's actually 3, right? So listen, let's bring that towel back to the front of the body. Grab it on the outer edges and find that set position. Pulling the towel apart with the shoulders back and down and the chest lifted. Our first move is a front raise. So just to that place where the towel is slightly below shoulder height and then back down. The other move is a sumo squat. So we need to walk those feet, hip toe, heel toe out, probably about twice to get that wide stance that you can pull your knees apart as you send your hips down. Upper body stays a little taller on that sumo squat. So go ahead and pull the towel apart and let's just begin this first set by separating the exercises. Make sure you're feeling the outer parts of your shoulder, a bit of the top of the shoulder, and some tension through the upper back as you lift and lower the towel. Then go ahead and alternate that lift and a sumo squat. For the sumo squat, knees pull apart, and they are right over the center of your foot. As you drive up, you're thinking about keeping those knees soft at the top. It's so important. Protecting those joints. Take a break. Okay, so that was your getting to know the move. This next one is about perfecting for yourself. So find that stance, brace that core, pull it apart, and see if you can't sit a little deeper on your sumo squat as you pull apart with a little more assertiveness on there, right? So set 2. I'm wondering if anyone out there is feeling warm and toasty now in this third block. I certainly am. Nice big exhale when you stand. Continuing to brace the core as you send those hips straight down. When we have this super wide stance, the hips go back and down simultaneously, and we try to keep the torso kind of lifted and relax. I'm shaking out my legs. Shake yours out too. So performance time, 2 sets to bring it home. Maybe you go a little faster, but only if you can do so and continue to work with quality movements. Begin. So for the 3rd and 4th set is when I really focus on muscular engagement. By connecting your mind and the muscle, you're more likely to engage those muscles a little deeper. There's some research about that out there. So I'm working it. I'm thinking glutes, outer and inner thigh as I stand. I'm thinking shoulders, back, chest. Really, I feel this in my whole upper body. Relax. We've got one more set. One more set. TBT. Who knew, right? Pull it apart. Give it a shake. Reset those knees and toes so that they are in the same line. And then brace the core and begin your final forward lift to sumo squat. The 4th one is the best one because you are really working a little bit past fatigue. And I always like to say, you gotta get uncomfortable to change your fitness level, to change your body composition. You got 10 seconds. Stay with it, stay strong. Keep working through it. And shake. Okay. Whew. So we're finally gonna come down onto the floor, but first make sure you grab a drink of water, okay? I'm gonna show you the next move. We're gonna be working our chest. So even though we're on the floor, it's gonna look like this, right? Like this. The towel will be over the middle of your chest. You'll be pulling apart and dropping the shoulders down, elbows slightly lower than shoulder level, and you'll be pushing. We'll be combining that with a bridge. So let's show you that. I'm coming on the ground, setting my feet hip width apart with my feet flat on the floor, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, and then finding that set position with my lower back pulling down. Pulling the towel apart, pinching the shoulder blades beneath me, bracing the core. I begin the first part of the combination move with that chest press. So think about your pectoral muscles as you lower and then push the towel up. Let's do a few of those before we add the bridge. Down, up. Keep creating tension through your chest, tension through your upper body, your shoulders, even through the biceps and triceps a bit. Then when you're ready, I want you to lift your hips up as the towel comes towards your chest, and then lower your hips as you push the towel away. So that is your chest press and bridge. With the bridge, what's important is that you focus on contracting your glutes and feeling this in your hamstrings, top back of your legs, without disengaging your abs. Do one more and relax. So we really don't want to get rid of that neutral spine. You maintain that neutral spine throughout the move and only lift those hips as high as you can, feeling that strong engagement of your abdominals and that lower back in neutral. So I'm going to pull apart and lift the hips as I bring the towel down and lower the hips as I push the towel up. Really push and bring down with a strong pull, maintaining that constant tension in that towel. You can even peel your toes off the ground if that helps you to put more of the emphasis on contracting the muscles in your tush, your glutes, and activating the hamstrings. And rest. Holy moly. We've got 2 more sets, so now it's about perfecting. You can slide those heels a little closer to your glutes if you like, and even bring them close, your feet closer to each other, which will require a little more balance. So let's work that. I just did that for myself. You can also, if you like, if just for interest, you can also reverse. Bring the towel up when your hips come up. Bring the towel down when your hips come down. I'm fine with that. Really, it's just about continuing to move no matter what's going on. What I like about having my feet a little closer together is that I can also think about bringing my inner thighs towards each other and squeezing tight on the lift. It's like a little bonus that you don't get charged for, you know what I mean? And rest. So there's 1 more of these before we move to our final block. I know you are as anxious as I am to get to the end. So reset. Feet are either hip width or right next to each other. Lower back is gently pulling down towards the floor and begin. Remember to pull that towel apart as much as you can. And as you push the towel towards the ceiling, mind to muscle connection. We're thinking pecs. So the muscles in your chest are really ignited, really engaged right here. Give me another 15 seconds or so. And then you get a nice long recovery, a big drink of water, and our final 2 moves that combine to give us our last block. 3, 2, and 1. Bring one knee in, brace your core, rock yourself up, grab that drink of water. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. There's 1 more block left. And this time we're going to target the top front of the arms, our biceps, and our midsection a bit by doing a V-sit. So while you guys drink up, let me show you what that looks like. My feet are hip width apart with my heels on the ground. My knees are aligned with my feet and my hips. And then the towel, I have an underhanded grip, and it's a little narrower, so my palms are facing the ceiling. I'm pulling apart, dropping my shoulders back and down, and then leaning back here. This is where the bicep curl is going to happen. So we're going to do a V-sit. We're going to start line. We're going to come up to the V-sit, and we're going to do the curl. So set yourself up. We begin in 3, 2, 1. Brace your core. Come up with an open chest. Curl, extend, and roll back down. So the V-sit part is pretty tough. You might opt to stay in the upright position instead, and then lean back, do the curl, and sit back up. So what might that look like? Maybe you start here, lean back, curl, extend, and come back up. That would work just as beautifully, or you can come all the way down, come about halfway up, do your bicep curl. You got 3 seconds, and relax. So the intention there is to make sure we hit that midsection, we get those abdominals, plus we also hit the top front of the arms. So again, my grip is a little narrower and it's underhanded with the palms facing up. And then I'm going to start at the bottom, lower back is in neutral, and go. So up to a V, curl, extend, really thinking about pulling the towel apart, and then squeezing my biceps as I bend my elbows and extend my elbows. For that V-sit, I like sliding my ribs towards my hips as I exhale. So that really helps me to feel the muscles in my midsection being the ones that are helping me come up and down. Give me 1 more before your 20 seconds of rest. Okay, so we've got 2 more sets and then our workout is done. So let's really get it. That's what I say in my classes and everyone smiles. So I hope you're smiling too. Get ready. I'm going to start at the top this time because why not? Come down, curl, extend, and up. This is the option that I offered for some of you. You can decide whether you want to stay with that or all the way down, halfway up. Pick your poison. Make it your own. Just remember, you've got to keep moving. Got another 15 seconds of this one. I can feel the muscles in my midsection saying a little something, something. Give me 3 seconds. And relax. Whew. One more. Uno más, uno más. Let's switch up the angle a little. Why not? Lengthen the spine, pinch the shoulder blades. Start with really great quality. Pull apart. You've got 3 seconds and then 40 seconds of work. Performance time. Come down, come up, curl, extend. Come down, come up, curl, extend. Oh. I can hear the birds chirping outside, by the way. Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous weekend here in New York. 15 more seconds, and then we have a beautiful stretch. Oh. I think we can get 2 more in. What do you think? And it is time to stretch. Well done, you guys. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and pull my knees into my chest and gently rock from one side to the other as I take a couple of breaths. Hope you're joining me with that. Stretching is just as important as the workout. And then one knee's going to come in. I'm going to quickly rock myself up and come to a standing position. Using my towel to stretch. Take it up, pull apart, feet under hips, brace the core. Give me a nice inhale as you push the towel to the ceiling. Exhale and lean, gently pull. Keep your chest open. Take your gaze up. Smile because you did a really great job. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, come to the other side. Feels so good. Beautiful. Bring it back. Let's bring it down.